What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so yesterday was game two of the series between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Indiana Pacers. Of course, the Bucks won game one, largely behind the play of Dame Lillard, who scored 35 points in the first half. Although he did go scoreless in the second half of that game, other Bucks, including Chris Middleton, especially made up for much of the scoring deficit, or at least the scoring load, I should say, in the second half when Dame wasn't scoring. And what also helped the Bucks was that the Pacers, who were the number one scoring team in the NBA this season, averaging over 123 points a game, were uncharacteristically flat and misfiring in the first half, especially. At one point in time, they barely had more points in the game than Dame Lillard did in the first half. This time, however, the Pacers' offense was not misfiring, and the Bucks' offense, which was largely being carried by Dame Lillard again in the first half, was not as potent. As a matter of fact, even though Dame had 26 in the first half, the Bucks were still down 60-55 at halftime, and ultimately they lost the game 125-108. And as I said before, Dame did not get as much help this time as he did last time. And also what hurt was that this team has been incapable of stopping Pascal Siakam. For the Milwaukee Bucks, Dame had 26 in the first half, but only scored 8 points in the second half, and that's been an issue so far this series, with Dame having these super huge first halves, but not really performing well in the second half. Now, some of it is probably strategic, them trying to get other people involved, but some of it is Dame. I don't know whether he's fatigued or whatever the case may be, but he's not, even the shots he's taking, he's not being very efficient. In the first half so far in this series, he's averaging about 30.5 points per game in the first half of this series. He's shooting like 56% from the floor, 58% from three. But in the second half, in this series so far, he's only scored 8 combined points, 21% shooting in the second half, and has made no three-pointers in the first two games in the second half of the contest. Each contest. Chris Middleton had 15 points this time on 6 of 14 shooting. Bobby Portis, 14 points, but only 6 of 16 from the floor. Brook Lopez had 22 points. He was actually very, very effective, 8 of 13 shooting, including 6 of 7 from downtown, but that's about it. Aside from Dame Lillard's 34 points, no one else was in double figures. Pat Bev had 5 points. Pat Connaughton had 5 points. AJ Green, 5 points. Crowder, just 2. Malik Beasley, 4. No one else really got it going, man. But the MVP of this series so far has been, from a performance standpoint, has been Pascal Siakam. He had 36 points in game one. Despite the loss in game two, he comes out with 37 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Matter of fact, from what I've been able to see, Pascal Siakam is the first player in NBA history to start a series off with at least 35 and 10 in the first two games. Let me put it like this. No. Let me clarify that. Pascal Siakam is the first player in NBA history to start the playoffs with back-to-back 35-point, 10-rebound performances since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. So that's pretty rare. Company. Now, that's what the stat said, but I'm a little bit suspicious of that stat. But I'm going to look it up do a little bit more research, but that's what it says. Uh, this time he got a little bit more help from his teammates. Last time the Bucks did a very good job of containing Tyrese Halliburton. Last time I think he was in double figures in assists and points. This time I think he had a double double, 12 points, 12 assists. So still not a huge breakout game, but you know, as far as his impact was. But Miles Turner had 22 points and 7 rebounds, 9 of 15 shooting, and 3 of 6 from downtown. I think Miles Turner shot 36% from three during the regular season. And Andrew Nembhard had 20 points, going on with 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and he was 8-11 from the floor. So, the Pacers did a much better job of getting into their offensive flow, playing more their style of basketball. They look more comfortable. And they're able to get a big victory at Milwaukee. Now the scene shifts to Indiana with the series tied at 1-1. So now the question is, do the Milwaukee Bucks feel pressured to have Giannis back for Game 3? And is he ready? Will he be ready for Game 3? Or, if he's not ready, do you pretty much say, you know what, Giannis' health is more important than the series. We're going to sit him until he's actually ready, and if we just happen to not win this series, so be it. Obviously, Bucks fans aren't going to like that, but then again, if Giannis comes out there and he's not ready, and he suffers a more significant injury, then Bucks fans are going to be wanting blood. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Because I guess it's going to be one of them judgment calls when it comes to Giannis and the whether or not he plays or not. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.